In today's video, we are going to show you how to unpack and properly set up your Corix mobile x-ray. Tools required for this procedure would be a set of wire cutters, an adjustable wrench, and a small flathead screwdriver. We're going to start cutting the straps and removing the staples that are holding the box together. Once the staples have been removed, you can go ahead and use the head of your wire cutters to slice the tape in the middle. We are going to focus on this box first. This is the box that has the mobile stand in it. The mobile stand is the base of the x-ray unit. We are going to open up the cardboard box. Be careful of the staples that are located on the outsides of the box. Go ahead and pull out the outer lid. Next, pull out the foam insert. Second, we want to go ahead and pull the stand out of the box. Okay, and go ahead and lay the stand down on its side. Included with the x-ray is your installation and user's manual. If you have any questions or any concerns, please refer to your manual or call us at our 1-800 number. Next, after removing the stand out of the box, we are going to use your adjustable crescent wrench in order to remove these two bolts that are located on the base of the x-ray. On the stand of the mobile x-ray, the hardware and the tools are taped onto the stand of the x-ray. What's included in it is you have 4 Allen screws and you have 3 Allen wrenches. We are going to be installing the legs to the base, but before we do that, make sure you keep the wooden padded block on top of the x-ray. Flip the x-ray over along with the wooden padded block and lay it face down on the control box side. This keeps the control box from being damaged during installation. Next, we'll be installing the legs to the base. First of all, what we need to do is we need to make sure we grab the right leg on the correct side, facing away from the control box. We'll be inserting the top bolt and lining up the top screw hole to the leg. And you want to start this by hand. Next, we will use the long portion of the leg for leverage to lift up the base of the x-ray. Grab the next bolt and we will start the other bolt by hand. Once that is done, we can focus on to the next leg. Next step, we'll be standing the mobile Corix upright by simply grabbing the handle and holding the foam wooden block. Lift it up. After standing up your Corix mobile x-ray, before tightening the bolts down with the proper supplied tool, make sure that the legs are sticking away from the control box as seen. Next, we want to finish up by tightening the bolts down onto the base. Next, we are going to remove the padded foam block and remove the padded bag from the control box. Use your wire cutters to cut the straps off that are holding the control box to the base. Remove the rest of the contents that is connected to the stand, which is the cardboard insert and the hand control that's taped to the insert as well. Mind you, there is a twisty tie that is holding the bag in place. Next, we'll be opening up the control box. In order to remove the control box, you will see that there's an aluminum pin located at the top of the control box. You can use one of the Allen tools that have been provided with the x-ray to press down, and you can use your knee to help assist by pulling forward on this control box. Mind you, once the control box has been released from this pin, be careful to assist it down. Next, we'll be removing both padded covers to install the scissor arm on the x-ray. Before removing this bag from the scissor arm, you have an adjustment tool for your scissor arm. Please do not discard. Mind you, this tool is your spring tensioner tool for your scissor arm. If ever needed, please call for further assistance. Next, we'll be removing the plastic bag from the scissor arm by lifting the scissor arm and pulling the plastic bag off. Before installing the scissor arm, make sure that you have the cardboard wrap still on to prevent any injury. Next, we'll be installing the scissor arm into the post mount. By doing that, what you are going to do is you're going to take the braided wires, insert them through the hole of the post mount, lift this cardboard protector up. While installing the scissor arm, make sure that the screw is lined up with the groove inside of the post mount. Next, we'll be installing the wires. You have a black, a white, and a green wire. Next, we will unbraid the wires. You have a wiring block located on the left upper control panel. For proper installation of the wiring, first you want to take your flathead screwdriver and back the screw out. By backing the screw out, it's going to give you better installation in order to install your wire properly. Now by doing that, what you want to do is you want to insert the wire into the mounting plate. Make sure it's in between the two halves. Hold the wire in place, turn the screwdriver to the right until you feel it tight. Next, you want to proceed to the white wire and do the same thing. After the white and the black wire have been installed, make sure you just tug on it slightly to make sure the wires don't come out. Next, we'll be installing the ground wire. The ground wire is located onto the post mount with the other ground wire. Next, you'll be unscrewing the flat-headed screw, taking the eyelet, inserting it back onto the other screw, screw it back onto the post mount, complete it by holding the two wires in position and tightening the screw down properly. Before installing the control box, make sure all wires are still connected. Next, we're going to be installing the control box. By doing that, we need to line up the bottom of the control box to this tab. Next, you're going to line up the top of the control box to the post mount. You will see that there's a groove that will slide over the top of the post mount. At the same time, you will see that the aluminum pin is going to line back up to the hole. Now go ahead and press firmly. Next, we'll be installing the tube head. Before installing the tube head, we need to remove the protective cardboard cover that is holding the scissor arm in place. By doing that, you take your wire cutters, cut the tape off, hold the scissor arm in place, remove the contents, and firmly hold onto the scissor arm. Mind you, this is spring loaded. Next, we'll be installing the tube head. There's a bag that's still attached to the scissor arm. Go ahead and pull this off. The tube head is located inside of this box. Note that the tube head weighs between 20 to 30 pounds. What you have inside of this box is your collimator, and this is your tube head. Once tube head has been removed out of the box, either put the tube head on top of a table or on top of the box that was removed from. Next, you'll be using the tool that was provided for this application. Insert it into the screw hole located on the side of the arm. Unscrew the screw. Pull the screw out. Pull the cardboard insert out from the top. Next, go ahead and pull the plastic cover back and pull up at the top of the plastic cover. This will give you access in removing the bag and getting your keyway. Remove from the arm, do not discard. Next, we'll be installing the tube head. We recommend that it would be a two-man operation in order to install the tube head. We will be grabbing the plastic cover. We'll be laying it loosely over the arm. Next, insert snout into the post mount by simply pushing up. As you're pushing up, you want to make sure that the plastic cover is out of the way of the brass wedge groove. You will see that there's a groove cut out for the brass wedge to be inserted. This is what will be holding the tube head in place. Once brass wedge is inserted, the tube head is now securely in place. Next, we want to slide down the plastic cover, firmly press down so it locks itself into place. Next, we will take the screw provided for that cover, screw it back in, and tighten the cover down. Next, we'll be installing the tube head cone. You will see at the back of the tube head cone there's threads. There are male threads that are located inside of the tube head itself. When installing the tube head cone, make sure that the threads are being screwed on properly. Please do not cross thread the tube head cone. Note, this is not to be used for adjusting or positioning. If used improperly, this can be pulled out. Next, we'll be removing the zip tie that wraps around the power cord. After plugging the X-ray into your standard 110 outlet, go ahead and turn on your X-ray. The X-ray will go into a self-testing mode. Once completed, it will come to your screen. Now your X-ray is ready for use.
If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-866-6881 and ask for technical support.